Finally, Friday, and just like in any battle, I will declare that it ends today. Now, yesterday was a pretty heavy video because it talked about defeat. But today, we'll talk about victory. What are the essentials to actually win your battle as a leader? Number one, he will win who knows when to fight and when not to fight. You don't have to fight every battle. And you don't even have to pick the fight yourself. Not only will it be too stressful for you, it will create a toxic culture in your organization where everybody's guards are always up. And not just up, but boxing gloves on. Shout out to Roy Bacalso. Thanks for the Pacquiao signed gloves. Love you. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the video. Number two, he will win who knows how to handle both superior and inferior forces. To make this current, this means we are able to handle people who are stronger or weaker than us, or perhaps because of their personalities, they appear more intimidating, and those with low self-esteem, or because of their titles. They're the boss, we report to them, and we have our staff who are our subordinates, and they report to us. Handling here means being able to manage. Now, I know you'll tell me managing the staff is much easier than managing the boss, but it is possible. And perhaps I can discuss this, in the next videos. But for now, that's one essential for victory, being able to manage superior and inferior forces. Number three, he will win whose army is animated by the same spirit throughout all its ranks. What does this mean? Well, spirit is synonymous to passion. When you set a target, you should be the number one cheerleader, the first one to exhibit a burning desire to achieve that goal. You are able to rally the troops. Make sure that their enthusiasm will never wane. Number four, he will win who prepared himself and take the enemy unprepared. Okay, let's discuss how to make that applicable these days. Let's say there are two of you vying for a promotion, for example, division or department head. If you practice the art of war, then what you can do will, number one, probably work more efficiently, work faster. Efficiency here means being able to maximize the results, maximize the outcomes with the minimum use of resources. Companies love that. Maybe you can also talk to your boss, brainstorm, share bright new ideas which will reflect that you're more creative than your opponent. Maybe you can also show the boss that, your relationships with all the staff are really good and you've built that trust within the team. If your enemy does not do anything to prepare himself, because guess what? He's not watching this video. Well, I guarantee you that promotion's gonna land on your lap. Now let's go to the fifth and final essential for victory. He will win who has military capacity and is not interfered with by the sovereign. Now, this is a tricky one. Basically, it means that your boss, who also represents the organization, is willing to support you by providing you with all the resources that you need in order to deliver results. But that's only half of the statement. What about the other half? The other half of the statement means that same boss will not interfere with how you do things or with how you execute. One of my favorite quotes, which I've included in the book that I've written, Lead and Be Led, was from Theodore Roosevelt, and he said, and I quote, "The best executive is the one who has sense enough to pick good people to do what he wants done and self-restraint meddling with them while they do it." And to end our review of the book, The Art of War, let me quote a passage which I believe summarizes everything in this series. "If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. If you know yourself, but not the enemy, for every victory gained, you will also suffer a defeat. If you know neither the enemy nor yourself, you will succumb in every battle." This is leadership at its finest. As I've said, last Monday, this 5-part series only tackles some of the concepts of the book. So I still suggest that you grab a copy and read it from start to end. It will be so worth it. At least for one of you, I'll be raffling off the book. And the lucky one will be known next week when we begin a new series. And next week will be really different because we're going to go back to our childhood days. My weekend treat for all of you, Team Saldana took a staycation weekend. Is that how you call it? We went up to Tagaytay Highlands and we'd like to show you that video. Enjoy it. I just want to show you that I do have a life outside all of this seriousness. Happy weekend, everybody.